Good evening. This is Midnight Hour Podcast, and I'm your host, Zach, with the team.
Ashley.
Debbie.
Heather.
Will.
And we're here tonight to talk about paranormal investigations.
So specifically, to start off with, why we chose to do paranormal investigations, to let our viewers know. For me, personally, I've been into paranormal investigations and things like that since I was younger, a teenager when Ghost Hunters and stuff came out. Don't call me old. And since then, I've always kind of wanted to do one myself, but just never really got into it. Itchy nose. And
don't pick your nose on camera. It's not a good look.
Let's just bring attention to that.
Don't worry, no one will notice.
Yeah, it totally innocuous. Unseen. Anyway, so for me, I've always wanted to do a paranormal investigation. We've done like many things around our own house, and we've had some good experiences with that.
Great EVPs.
He's experienced Top Hat Man.
So is he. And, you know, got some great EVPs and stuff. And so we were like, you know what? We all have an interest in this. We're all family. Me and Zach are married, and these are my siblings. So we were like, why not create a business out of it and actually go out and investigate places, starting with, you know, local areas. The first place we're going to be hitting up is going to be Cedar Hill Cemetery in Suffolk, Virginia. It's going to be super exciting.
Do we have a scheduled date for that yet?
We have a scheduled filming date, but we will let you guys know a little later.
It's a surprise.
When it will be released. That's a special tool we'll save for later.
Oh my god.
So what piques everybody's interest about the paranormal? Why is it so interesting?
The suspense with it.
Yeah.
I love the suspense. I want to be scared shitless as can be.
It's a thrill.
Curiosity. It's just like, I want to see it. I want to experience it. Like, ooh, just like being in the middle of it, like in an abandoned place or building. I think it's just really exciting to think about as well too. Because you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what you're gonna see. Like, you could either meet a really friendly ghost, or there's gonna be a mofo coming after you. You don't know.
One homeless person squatting in the place.
You accidentally stumbled in on a drug deal. Maybe.
Like, no, we weren't filming that at all. Like, I don't know.
Of course not. Just ignore all these lights and cameras.
I think it's like once you've had a paranormal experience, like a really hard, not something stupid like the lights turning off, like an actual phantom in front of you that you can't explain away, like this fucker in my life, then you kind of want to start understanding it more, and that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah, it's like once you experience something, it's kind of hard to ignore it. So like, just like experiencing the paranormal, it kind of like gets you interested. Like you're either interested, scared, or both. So
Or, you know, in complete denial. Like,
yeah.
I know some people who, like, experienced something with me, and they were like, psh, no.
That ain't
That
Not real.
Like, I was tired.
I didn't float in the air.
Well, what I found interesting about the paranormal was that when I looked at a lot of census online about people who believe in the paranormal, on a worldwide spectrum, usually between every country that this study has been done in, only about 40 to 45% of them don't believe in the paranormal.
Oh,
the rest are
that's
either
surprising, actually.
the rest are kind of split, usually around 20% of undecided, and then like 30-some% they do believe in it.
So we're here to make the non-believers believe.
Yes.
Well,
But can
we're
you,
here to present solid evidence.
To make them believe.
but I feel like you can't be undecided. You either do or you don't. It's that simple.
Well, you were undecided for a while.
I believe.
That's true.
I believe.
If I sprinkle the pixie dust on, I believe.
But anyway, like we were saying, you were undecided for a while.
Yeah, but when you kind of look at the technicality of it, it's like I don't believe in it, but things have happened that I can't explain. It's more or less saying that, yeah, actually I do believe in the paranormal, but I'm not ready to say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Hopefully this will make you say it.
Oh no! After his experience.
After my hard experience, I can say that there's some shit.
You're talking about the ball of light one?
There's a lot of...
The Shadow Man and Ball of Light one. It was a combination of the two, like back to back.
Yeah, and a dream, and one of the dreams that I had.
Sorry, there's a cat.
Yeah, with Top Hat Man.
Yeah.
Top Hat Man.
No, it's crazy though. Is actually I've seen other TikToks speaking of Top Hat Man too.
Yes,
so it's like a universal
But not only
experience.
that,
They
they typically see a Top Hat Man as a shadow, so it's not typically like one Top Hat Man.
Yeah.
There's like multiple shadows that the shadow appears to be wearing a top hat.
Yeah, I wonder if it's similar to La Llorona. With La Llorona, it's all the same. It's a woman in a white dress who's wailing on the side of the road and looking for her lost children that she murdered. But it's not the same woman. La Llorona is many different spirits of these women who murdered their children and then
like
either killed themselves or died right after.
Right.
So I wonder if Top Hat Man is similar
to that, yeah.
They all have similar backgrounds and stuff, but...
I was about to ask, I wonder if it's a single entity or it's more multiple entities taking on this form for a reason, a common reason.
Like,
one thing I'd love to see if we somehow get in our investigation.
Yeah.
Nah, some creepy stuff. Good.
I'm excited because Top Hat Man, Zach's last experience with Top Hat Man was after visiting the Cedar Hill Cemetery where our first investigations happened.
Yeah.
So that's super exciting for me.
Yeah.
William's like, not so for me.
I'm super excited to go back.
Back to the scene
of the crime.
It's like,
I'm really scared, so that's how I know I'm pumped up for it. So it's like, fuck no, I don't want to do this, so I'm gonna do it.
as Heather likes to say, fucking white people.
Yeah.
You gotta run towards the dark, shadowy figure of death.
So the noises. Let's head that way.
It's like, that's a strange noise. Let's go. But my hair keeps going in my face.
Who's activated my trap card?
I think with a lot of paranormal stuff, especially what you guys discussed too, is that a lot of explanations kind of point towards things like sleep paralysis or
hate sleep paralysis.
Luckily, I've never
or carbon monoxide poisoning, and it's like which can cause hallucinations and things like that. But so I think. My point here is that I think skepticism has its place too. What's important is that as we develop our content and we move into these investigations, that we try to kind of lean towards skepticism while trying to capture paranormal activity.
See, my goal and what I want you guys to pull away from our content is evidence. We want to present evidence. Well, yes, I'm going in with the attitude of I want to prove the existence of paranormal. At the same time, I'm not going to look at every bump in the night as, oh my god, that was a ghost. No. Sometimes there's legit explanations for that. And while my goal isn't to debunk, I will be trying to, if not really.
Trying to, but not really.
Like if it has a logical explanation, I'm not going to be like, no, it was a ghost, guys.
I definitely think that's a good group mentality. Going with a bit of skepticism, so that way we don't get too carried away. But it's kind of there's always a small part of you that wants to be like, oh, that is a ghost, that is a creepy thing over there. So it's gonna be interesting to see as we're doing our first investigation to see how we each kind of react and
we already
what
know
unfolds.
Somebody is going to be a little jumpy.
But listen,
it's okay, William. We'll pick Pocahontas when we get back home.
Why is it always me?
Do I have to remind you about the water bottle?
Oh, the water bottle!
The water bottle fell over from the fan, and he was like, "Oh my god, it's a ghost!"
We're not gonna talk about that.
Well, I mean, to be fair, when we were walking by the cemetery that we are gonna do the investigation on, you and I got a really bad feeling and walked away.
Yes, we told him and his cousin not to go near it.
And what did they do?
And they went near it. But
Bro, I was
cousin
trying to
smart
spin a
and
focus
stopped
stop. Yeah,
about
he
halfway.
did stop. I was like, I'm going to truck through it.
And he did.
I did.
All the way up to the gate. And what happened next? What happened, Zachary?
Nothing happened at that moment.
What happened when we got home and you went to bed that night?
I had a really, really terrible nightmare.
Okay. In relation to the top hat man.
Fuck.
I look at the mic. I meant to look at you guys. In relation to the top hat man. He doesn't like us talking about the top hat man.
Not the top hat man.
Not the top hat.
Not the top hat. Not the gumdrop buttons.
You guys will understand why. Like, it's not just me, man. Like, it's not. Like, don't look at me like that. Like, shit's crazy. Because literally, we had a similar, well, not similar experience, but his experience was like decade after my experience, and like the same, like, well, I'm not saying you're that old, buddy. I didn't mean that. But
Hey, man. I own it.
I'm going to stop you for just a second. Nothing we drink in this video is sponsored by anybody.
It was covered. I covered it with my hand.
But if you want to give us a sponsorship, Monster, it's right there.
Starbucks, too.
Don't listen to her. Right there.
I do prefer Monster though. No one asked you.
Paranormal monsters. You see the pitch, Monster. Come on.
Good try. Good try. Good effort. Good effort.
A for effort.
You have to.
Anyway, you were saying. Sorry to interrupt.
Shit. So yeah, basically, I was like.
I feel like we should have been called ADHD ADHD hour.
It's the
ADHD.
ADHD Hour podcast. We're going to be jumping from topic to topic. It may or may not make sense.
May
If
or
it makes sense, you might be ADHD too.
I mean, at that point, the podcast probably going to end for hours. Talking about
We reached that
10 hour mark. 10 hours later. It's like we're
talking
still
about the
talking.
ghost in SpongeBob.
Oh my gosh.
What is it? The hash slinging slasher?
The hash
Let me get my spatula.
Oh.
Okay, anyway, we're actually going there.
Yes.
Squidward.
So I was 6 or 7, guys, and literally,
Should we say this for?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
The story.
if you're intrigued, tune into our next podcast.
Subscribe.
We're going to drop a podcast Monday at 12 a.m. every week.
Yes.
Every week.
Next week we'll be
In
covering...
case you didn't get that from the introduction.
Yeah. Yeah, just in case you didn't understand or,
Guys, this is a podcast, by the way.
No way.
No.
I never would have guessed.
No, camera and light.
A proposal video.
Who's proposing?
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
You lucky people! You're getting married!
You're getting married. You're getting married.
Proposal was just the first word that came to mind.
Every millennial just shut their computer off.
Marriage? Hell no.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. We are a little ADHD. I'm not going to apologize for it. This is who we are. But yeah, so that's some of our experiences with the paranormal. Very brief descriptions. If you want to hear more, like I said, next week we're going to be doing more in-depth stories on our paranormal experiences, what we've gone through, what we've seen, things like that. But why don't we kind of talk about how we want our investigations to go, like the equipment we're going to be using and stuff, just so our listeners have an idea.
Yeah, so with some of the things that we want to do, we did learn some techniques from other investigators who are pretty popular on across YouTube and other platforms. Sam and Colby using the Estes method, for example. And the Estes method is where you use what we call a spirit box hooked up to a headset, and then the person's blindfolded. And the headset's
like complete sensory deprivation. The only thing you can really hear well, not complete sensory deprivation because you're not floating in salt water, but the only thing you can hear is the spirit box.
Yeah, so the spirit box is playing back a bunch of white noise as it kind of signals in on different radio signals, and then as we ask questions, spirits can respond through those transmissions and into the headset. And then the idea is that there's no way that the person using the headset actually knows what we're asking, and so can't respond to the questions. So the answers that we get come through the headset are completely from a paranormal standpoint.
You're cutting up. She's covering up the booty cat.
I'm censoring the booty cat. I'm censoring the booty cat, guys.
I feel like when we film that, though, it's going to be hilarious, though. It's going to be like that game when we played it.
Oh, yeah, the whisper game. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, so the spirit box and the SS method is going to be one way we investigate. We're also going to use EMF readers, electromagnetic frequencies.
Yep.
I couldn't remember if the F stood for frequency or fields. We're going to be using some of the...
No,
Feed
no,
off
you
the-
can't do it.
No, we
No,
can't ruin the podcast.
No.
Nope,
We
that's
said
a
different
That's a
things.
big part of our lives, bro.
We said different things.
Yeah.
I said, what's the difference? He
He
said
said
same
same
difference. Yeah.
Ha!
I call bullshit.
Censoring.
We're gonna play this
Over.
back. We're gonna play this
I'm
back.
not
I want you guys to
getting
tell me if they said the same thing or if they said something different, because we have this thing where two people or more say the same thing at the exact same time. We say feet off the table, and then they have to repeat feet off the table.
I made up the game.
If you do it, I will find you.
So will he.
He will not find you. Ignore Oliver. He's our baby kitten. It's not even a year old yet. And he loves his daddy. He can't be away from his daddy for too long, as you can see. So, on top of the Estes method with the spirit box, we're going to have the EMF readers. We also have dowsing rods. Those are the copper, L-shaped rods you've seen people use that move around.
My least favorite one.
I'm glad you said that because I almost called them metal poles.
It's the metal poles. No, they're dowsing rods. They are used to find...
What are we doing with these poles?
Oh. We have some good experience with metal poles.
Hold on.
Anyway, they are used to
Bottom
find flowing
Jews.
water and stuff, so they're not like the greatest, most accurate tools, but they can be used similar to pendulums for yes and no questions, and that I feel is slightly more accurate. But as far as like leading towards paranormal activity, I don't think so, because it's going to be leading us towards running water.
Yo, I
Like
just
over the boot
imagined.
camp.
Sorry.
I just imagined like one of us using the bathroom and
No.
then just we're gonna dowsing rods and be like, I said running water.
Yep.
They
and
do
then,
work.
And then we also have cat balls, not his.
He doesn't have his.
Without
anymore.
his.
I don't
You,
even balls
you,
have
you want to
balls.
rephrase that?
They're cat toys. In
Thank
the
you.
shape of a ball that if you touch it, it lights up.
It actually takes quite a bit of
Force.
It's
finagling to,
like you
to
can't
make
just
it light up.
tap
It's not like a little
gotta,
tap. It's like you got to be like, "Urgh," you
Yeah,
got to shake it.
forceful with it.
Yeah, a little bit forceful with it.
Forceful with cat balls.
Yes.
Yeah.
He knows about being
Where,
forceful with cat
where,
balls.
where they got to handle those balls.
Why is it always me, man?
Because you're the youngest.
And
You're the easiest to pick
he's
on.
the youngest.
That's
right now.
just the
Yeah, technically.
rule.
Who's gonna pick on him?
But look at him.
You can't be mean to him.
You don't have balls anymore, bitch.
No, you don't have a hand.
I do. I fucking do. You fucking little twat. Catch me on the streets.
He's purring.
I was gonna say that, but I was like,
I wonder if you'll be the first disabled paranormal investigator.
I don't know. Well, I mean, before or after investigations, because I mean that kind
no, I mean right now
of decides.
we have the title.
Because I know that, but I'm saying like paranormal investigators that go in, get seriously injured, and are disabled afterwards.
No, we're talking about before. Going in disabled, not coming out disabled.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I'm saying, it's probably me.
So we covered the dowsing rods, the spirit box, the
The
EMF.
recorder, the voice recorder.
Oh, we have an EVB recorder.
Yep.
It works really well. We tested it. Oh,
Oh,
our other
no.
kitty's gonna be joining us. And then what else do we have? Oh, we were talking about the cat toys. We covered that. We talked about it. And
Yeah.
then he
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, finagle,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
All right. Of course, we got our video recorders.
Right. We have the cameras.
We're
for
bringing
night vision.
cameras?
Yeah.
With night vision.
We do have a night vision camera.
Yes.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Well,
We're also
six.
planning on
Dumb.
getting the laser grid
Yep. The
Oh, that would be
and
awesome.
a thermal.
and a thermal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The box with the rod.
REM pod.
Yes.
That's for a podcast, William.
Oh. Oh my god.
Censored.
Yeah, I want $1 million.
Oh my god.
You do look like that type of villain that has a cat. It's just petting it.
To be fair, we all kind of look villains.
Who's a villain?
I don't look like a villain.
You always look like a villain.
Wait,
You're like the most villainous of
You're
all.
like a
of us.
Huck.
I am. I am.
He's
sorry.
the Wish Captain Hook.
Which version?
Why would I gotta be the wish version?
He's
I'm the
the-
best version.
What you want, what you
I'm
get.
the Once Upon a Time version.
So you play with little
No,
boys?
you can't be that one.
I am.
You can't,
Yeah.
no. Stop
You
it.
do?
You cannot be that
Wait,
one.
no, I was.
Oh
Why? I was responding to her.
Because I said you play with little boys.
And then you said
do.
I am. I
Oh
do.
my god.
Because that's what Captain Hook does.
That's not. That's actually a very dark
So
story.
we're definitely losing
Yes.
monetization on this video.
Well, thankfully we can't be monetized just yet, so we're good.
That's
God.
To be honest, no one's a pedophile. I was joking.
It's all in jest.
Not ingested, but ingested.
Oh my.
You're not helping your case here.
I don't have a case.
Not yet. Catch a case.
You about to catch these hands.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Anyways.
Oh goodness.
What's some of the most interesting things that you find about the paranormal?
For me, it's that energy cannot be created nor destroyed. That's a given. Scientific
Okay.
fact.
Sir Isaac Newton.
I'm smart. Okay, I'm more than just my boobs.
Oh,
Anyway,
I was gonna say history buff, but okay, we can go with that too, I guess.
but
Tsunami.
energy cannot be created nor destroyed. We know that. So, who we are as people, the energy we are using to run ourselves, the electricity and everything, it has to go somewhere. It can't just stop when we stop because it can't be destroyed. So for me, the interesting part about the paranormal is proving what happens to that energy after somebody passes away.
some of them turn into jerks.
Some of them were jerks in real life, like
True.
before they died.
Then there were even more jerks.
Even more jerks.
some of them just turn to trees.
Trees.
Or teapots. Here is my handle.
I don't. Are you throwing shade at Mrs. Potts?
Why does she have that name? Does she do pot? Does she deal pot?
Is there something wrong with weed?
No, but back then when it was made, there was.
Anyway. But, yeah, for me, that's the most interesting part, is figuring out what happens to that energy after you pass away.
Right.
Or somebody passes away.
I like the randomness of that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
You would have to specify energy because what you could say, because energy is technically, scientifically, for us, is calories. And decomposition is where the energy goes. So
I just
technically you
imagine a
return to
bunch
the
of
earth.
C's.
Unless you get cremated, then your energy just kind of dissipates as heat into the atmosphere. Right? You mean spiritual energy.
No.
Yes.
Yes and no, but that's a topic for another podcast.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, shut the fuck up.
I got shut down pretty quick.
Someone,
I'm the host here.
someone's watching this show and be like, yeah. She shut you down. Aww.
I mean, should we discuss the different parts of our business? Like our younger parts?
Whoa! We're not pedophiles. We're not pedophiles.
To clarify,
Cut.
to clarify, she is talking about, so we, as the adults of Midnight Hour, make up what we call the Dead Yard Shift. We will be doing the more intensive investigations with...
So he can possibly get thrown up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like you just teabagged the chair.
That's exactly what I was going to say. But anyway, we're going to be handling the more intense investigations, the one where there's been reports of scratching, of pushing, of hair pulling, of,
Eating out windows.
Well,
maybe eventually we'll get to
visual
eating out
apparitions.
windows. Seeing apparitions, as long as they're just seen and they don't physically, as long as there's no physical contact.
Malicious intent.
Or any, possible malicious intent or, any bad energies. But not only are we interested in the paranormal, our children are as well. Yes, we're old enough to have children. I know that's hard to believe. But...
No, I'm not her child.
No, it's not, I don't think it's that. I think it's more
baby.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I think it's more like you can have children in this economy.
No, I had children before the economy went to shit, and then I was like,
afford children.
You can afford that?
yes, I'm rich. No, I wish. But anyway, my older children are interested in the paranormal as well. We have our adopted son, Aaron, who is actually in Ohio. My second oldest daughter, Katie, and my second oldest son, Adam. They are interested in the paranormal as well and really want... Oh, and our other adopted son, Lance.
Yep.
We have a few adopted children.
Not legally adopted.
No. We're just friends of the family.
Friend.
I've been here a while.
But we're so interactive with them and so involved in their lives that they might as well just be adopted.
Exactly. But anyway, they want to do investigations too. But because I'm worried about their safety and stuff, I'm not okay with them going to those type of places where there's reports of being touched. So they're going to be doing... They're going to be doing less spooky places. And their videos are going to be called The Spooky Shift. They will be doing a Spooky Shift podcast. The first one will probably air in April. So you'll get to meet the children. But yeah, that's the younger parts that she was talking about.
And as for the older children, we have the people you see before you.
Oh, I'm so glad you see me as a child and not an old man.
You're welcome.
Okay.
I don't know about her. I mean, Tsunade is kind of old.
So, Midnight Hour consists of myself, my husband, and my two sisters over there.
He's going to be the one yeeted out the window.
Mm-hmm. A ghost might not be the one, I'm just saying.
It's always me, man.
You bring it upon yourself.
Oh, blasphemy. Bullshit.
100%. So that's kind of what this podcast is about. This first one was to introduce you guys to us, Midnight Hour.
Our bullshit, our shenanigans.
Yeah.
And our take on the paranormals.
Mm-hmm.
Paranormal activity. Ooh.
If you're scared, we're most likely scared too. Just saying.
Not just him.
We're going to scare you
On purpose.
in many different ways. That concludes our interview for the Midnight Hour podcast, and have a good night.
Peace out.
Bye.
Look at the next one. It's coming out.
Next Monday at 12 a.m.